All right, guys. So, because I've been gone the last couple of days, we're going to talk about what we talked about when I was gone. So, I'm going to go ahead and just title my page. This is Pre-Algebra. Okay. And if you finish that, you can put it over in the tray. Perfect. Okay, and today is day 7. So it's Thursday, January 23rd. Thank you. So this will be day 7 notes. And let's just do a big recap of everything we've talked about so far. Okay, so we have talked about a lot of different operations. So let me ask you guys this. First I'm going to write operations. Can anybody tell me, when we are talking about numbers in math, what do I mean when I say operations? What is that?
The order to go in.
It can be the order to go in. So that would be the order of operations. But what are operations themselves?
What do you do first?
It's like what you're doing with the numbers, basically. What you're doing. It could be, like, for example, multiplication. It could be division. It could be addition. It could be subtraction. It could be exponents. You guys talked about exponents while I was gone. So, let's just make ourselves a little list and go in order. We're going to reference that poster at the front of the room with the order of operations. So, we know that there are exponents. We're going to talk a lot about exponents today since I was not here with you when we talked about them last. We know that there is multiplication and division. Then we know we have addition and subtraction. Okay. So, let's talk about exponents a little bit. Whenever we see an exponent in a math problem, for example, 2 to the 5th power. Okay, everybody know how we say this? We would say 2 to the 5th power. Everybody say 2.
2 to the 5th power.
Yeah, to the 5th power. Very good. So, if we are taking 2 to the 5th power, does this mean that I'm going to do 2 times 5?
No.
No. What does it mean? What are we doing?
You're going to multiply times 2 times
5
2
times.
times 2.
Yes.
5 times 2.
We are taking 2 times 2 5 times. We're doing 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Very good. Very good. So, if we wanted to do this on our paper, let's solve this. What do we do first?
36.
36, is that our answer? Let's see. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. Very good.
Oh, sorry.
It's very close, super close. 32 would be our answer here. Good, 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 good. Very good. So, I know you guys, whenever you were here the last couple of days, you were doing IXLs, right? IXLs. So, on the IXL on the website you guys were doing, I'm sure you saw some exponents that we did not talk about. For example, let's see. I'm going to draw a line here. My pen's running out. Let me get a different one. For example, what if I had 2 to the power of 0? What?
Why is it 1?
What?
It would be point. Came out 1.
What is the answer?
1?
1.
But why?
But why?
If you do it on the calculator, it's like 0.
Right. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
No. But if it's 0 and then a number, then it's 0.
Right, right.
So,
If you take any number to the power of 0, for some reason we get 1 every time. If I took 35 to the power of 0, what would I get?
0.
Oh, I'd get 1. 1. What? That's so weird. You'd get 1. What if I did 25 to the power of 0?
1.
1. That is odd. That is an odd thing. This is a funky rule that we're going to talk about today a little bit, okay? We're going to come back to this, so don't freak out if you're like, that makes no sense. We're going to come back to it. Yes?
Is it because like 1 groups of 2 fits in 0 times, or 1 group of 5 fits in?
That's a good question.
I know what I'm trying to say, I just don't know how to say it.
You're okay. I want to think about it before I give you an answer because I don't want to tell you wrong. So we're going to talk about this here in a minute. This is funky, but we'll talk about it. Here's another rule we should talk about. What if we have any number to the power of 1 to the first power? What does that happen? What's that mean?
The same number.
It's just going to be the same number. So this means I'm taking 2 just one time. So it would be 2. What about 35 to the power of 1?
2.
It's going to be the same number, 35. What about 25 to the power of 1? Same thing. It's going to be 25. Okay? Ones are simple because it's just telling you we're doing this number once. So whatever the base number is, that is your answer. 2 is our answer. 35 is our answer. 25 is our answer. Okay? So let me pause this real quick. And I'm going to search up and see if we can find a good explanation for why this happens when we take something to the power of 0. Because this is funky. So quick pause, and then I'm going to come back and explain it better on the video. So we just did a little research. Let's give an example. I'm going to write a question down. You guys don't have to write this too if you don't want to. I'm just going to say, why is any number to the power of 0 equal to 1? So here's a little explanation, kind of what we just researched. Let's use a different number. How about 4 to the power of 3? Okay. 4 to the power of 3, how would this look written out in expanded form? Meaning I'm stretching it out and showing the multiplication that's happening.
4 times 4 times 4.
Good. That means I'm doing 4 times 4 times 4. And 4 times 4 is what?
16, and 16 times 4 is 64. 64.
Okay, so 64. So let's see. 4 to the power of 3 is 64. 4 to the power of 2, based off of what we just learned reading through that little paragraph, the rule we kind of discovered was whatever number we got for the exponent here, we got 4 to the power of 3 is 64. If I just take 64 divided by 4,
16.
that should give me 4 to the power of 2, right? So, 64 divided by 4, what is that? 16. Good. So, 4 times 4 should also be 16. Good. So that works. We know that's correct. So, let's see. 4 to the power of 1. What is 16 divided by 4? 4. Good. And 4 to the power of 1 is 4. So let's go one step further. What about 4 to the power of 0? 4 divided by 4 is 1.
Okay.
So if we follow this pattern, I'm going to say 64 divided by 4 gives us 16. 16 divided by 4 gives us 4. And 4 divided by 4 gives us 1. So if you follow this pattern on any number, every time you take a number to the power of 0, you're always going to get 1. So that's actually kind of a cool way to look at it. ChatGPT knows something. That's cool.
Now we know.
Now we know. Now we know. And I'm not going to expect you to be able to spit this back out at me. If you can just remember the 0 means your answer is 1, I'm happy with that.
I understand that. It's written out.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
It's just funky. We have funky things happening in math sometimes. Okay. So, we've learned some things about some exponents. Let's put exponents in some problems and use our order of operations. So I'm going to label this. This was our page 1 of our notes. Okay. And does anybody need anything on this paper before I go to the next page?
Oh, man.
Okay, I'm going to flip then. And let's go to page 2.
I'm glad you're back.
I am too. I missed you guys.
I missed you. I wasn't here Tuesday.
Well, I just feel so thrown off whenever I'm gone. What'd you say?
So I'm happy I came back at a good time.
Oh, I know it. I'm glad that you're here. So let's see. This is still pre-algebra.
Ray, the one that cleans, he'll be glad you're back.
Mhm.
That's my friend.
Pre-algebra.
He said, oh, she's okay. I said, she's okay.
I was just not feeling good.
Yeah. There's all words out.
You guys are sweet. I saw a lot of a lot of comments on the Google Classroom. You guys were cracking me up. Oh, I don't know why I wrote a U there. Day 7 continued. Okay. So, let's look at some problems. What if I gave you a problem like this? What if I gave you 2 minus 3 times 4 to the power of 3. Oof, a lot going on there. Okay. 2 minus 3 times 4 to the power of 3. So off to the side, I'm going to write out our order of operations rules. Remember, we start with P for parentheses, then E for exponents, Then M and D for multiplication and division from left to right. And then A and S for addition and subtraction, also from left to right. So we're just going to have this here to reference to help us remember. Okay. So looking at this problem, let's start from the very top with parentheses. Are there any things in parentheses? Nope, nope, there's not. So let's go to the next step. Exponents. Do we have any exponents?
Yep.
We do. Where?
4 to the third power.
Boom, 4 to the third power. So, what's that?
Hold on.
Let's see. If it helps to write it out, don't feel bad to write it out. That means 4 times 4 times 4, which we did it on the previous page. It is 64. It is 64. So, 4 times 4 is 16 times 4. That's 64. Okay. So, what I like to do is as I solve parts of my problem, I like to cross them off just so that I don't accidentally do something twice. So, here's what that's going to look like. 4 to the third power, cross it off, 64. Okay, and what should I do next? Bring the rest of my problem down. I still have 2 minus 3 times 64 now. 2 minus 3 times 64.
So 64 times 3.
Yeah, so we have a whole new problem, and in this problem, we have subtraction, we have multiplication. Let's do that multiplication first.
192.
3 times 64, that's 192. Okay. Is everybody getting that same number, 192? Anybody confirm that for me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So, I got 3 times 64 is 192. What do I bring down?
2 minus 192.
Yes, I still have 2 and minus 192. Now, I already used these, so I'm going to cross them off again. Now, what is that going to be?
190.
190?
Negative.
Negative. If I have 2 and I take away 192, I'm taking away a lot more than I have. So, that's going to give us, we can type it in to be sure, 2 minus 192 is negative 190.
Now, why would it be a negative?
Why would it be a negative? Can somebody, let's raise our hands. Can somebody explain why is this going to be negative? Keisha, you know?
It's gonna be negative because you only have two, say you only have $2
Yes.
in your pocket, and then something costs $192. You're gonna need $190 more to cover your whatever that you're trying to buy.
Right. So it's like you're spending more than you have. I have 2 and then I'm taking away 192 from that.
Plus,
Yes. So when we're subtracting, if we are subtracting a number that is bigger than what we start with, our answer will always be negative.
okay.
So it's like, kind of like what Keisha said. I got $2, that's my starting number.
Right.
And then I take away $192, comes out of my bank account. I am spending way more than I have. So I'm going to have a negative balance left over. So that's going to give us negative 190.
I just figured that out.
Overdraw.
Yes, overdraft. That's right. Okay. Any other questions on this problem?
Nope.
Awesome. Okay, let's try another one together. Let's do, what if I gave you 3 times, in parentheses, 4 plus 2. Oh, I'm going to give you a tough one, okay? Squared.
Smiling, look at her.
Okay, here's a tricky one.
Oh, crap.
I know, crap. Okay, so, oh my gosh, we got a lot going on here. We have 3 times, in parentheses, 4 plus 2 squared. Or to the second power, to the power of 2. So let's look at our order of operations. What comes first? Parentheses. Yes, in parentheses. So what is in parentheses?
4 plus 2.
4 plus 2. What is 4 plus 2?
6.
6. So that's the only thing in parentheses. So I'm going to bring down 6. What else do I bring down?
3 times.
Yep. 3 times 6. What else?
Your exponent.
My exponent to the power of 2. Okay.
So that's 18.
So let's see. Now we have multiplication. Rhonda, yes.
So, once you start bringing it down, the parentheses is gone.
Parentheses is gone. Once we've done everything in the parentheses, we don't need it anymore.
Okay.
Now you could, if it just made you feel better, you could do this if you wanted to. This would not be wrong. You would just know that, there's nothing left inside the parentheses that needs to be solved. It's just 6 in parentheses. So now I have 2 operations. I have 3 times 6, but wait, I also have 6 to the second power.
So it'd be 36 times 3.
Ooh, yeah. So which one do we do first? Let's be, okay, let's think about this. Hang on. It's not technically parentheses that we're worried about.
Okay.
Parentheses comes first if there's something to solve inside the parentheses. There's nothing to solve in here. We already know it's 6, so we're done with it. What we need to see now is what comes next. Exponents. Yes, and there is an exponent. Yes. So 6 to the second power means 6 times 6, which is 36. So we're done with this. We're going to write 36 instead.
Which leaves you with 108.
So did we bring down the 3 times 36? 108. 3 times 36 is 108. Good.
That's what I got.
Good. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome.
I like how you explain it because I wasn't getting, if I would've went by the, please excuse my infuriating.
Right.
I probably would've got it better, but.
Right.
You explain it's really amazing.
Well, good. I'm glad it's helping. That's like one of my worst fears is that I'm teaching and everybody is like,
No, you did an excellent job.
well, good. Thank you.
I'm 61.
Aw.
My brain's not all there half the time, so.
Girl, I get it. My brain is half the way there too. Any questions about this one?
No, man.
Are you ready for a challenge?
Yeah.
A bigger challenge? How about this? I'm going to give you something real bad. Yeah, let's see. How about 4 plus 2 times 3 squared minus. Now wait. Uh-oh. Okay, that one's hard. That's hard. Okay. I think I want to let you guys, I'm going to give you a minute or two to try this. And then I'm going to ask you guys how to do it step by step. Now, even if during this minute or two you got the answer, when I ask you guys to tell me how to do it, don't just shout the answer out. Let's go step by step. So, I'm going to leave that here. Let you guys think on it for a minute. And then we'll come back together. So let me pause this. Okay. What is the first thing?
Parentheses.
Parentheses. Yes, Raheem, guide me. Guide me through.
Okay, so you're gonna do the parentheses first, which you're gonna take 3 times 2, which is 9. Bring down the 9 minus 4.
Okay, so here, let's go one thing at a time. We've got our parentheses. That's happening first. And in the parentheses, we have 2 operations. We have 3 squared, and then we have minus 4. So you said we'll do the 3 squared first, right? And that gives us 9 minus 4, which gives you 5. Okay, so this is done. We've done in the parentheses.
Now bring down the 4 plus 2 times 5.
Okay, good. Let's do that. So this is done. Crossing it off as you go is really helpful sometimes, guys.
It sure is.
So now we're going to bring all this down. Let me use a different color. Now we have 4 plus 2 times 5. 4 plus 2 times 5. Okay.
Multiplication first.
Ah,
2
okay.
times 5 gives you 10 plus
Yes.
4, 14.
So now we've got 2 times 5. I'm going to cross that off because that's 10. And then I bring down the 4 plus,
You get 14.
and that gives you 14. Yes. Okay. Now, yes, Rhonda.
I don't know how I got 30.
We got 30.
I heard you.
30? Who else got 30?
I got 6.
You got 6? Here, let's write down some answers. We got 6, we got 30, what else?
I added the 4 and the 2.
Ah.
To the 5.
Ooh.
They got 30. That's how we did it.
Okay, so let's see. Let's write that out. So Sheila said what she and some others did is they started with 4 plus 2, because you see that first. But, ooh, this is why the order of operations is so important.
Right.
Because,
Operations wasn't next. The
yes,
was next.
yes, yes. If we do it out of order, we get a different answer. We sure do. Yes.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I speak Russian. She translates for me.
Uh-huh.
But
Or operations is.
So, moi, c'est qu'il est fait signe et multiplication
Right. We should have went to.
Oh.
We should have went to order of operations.
Après, fini tout aussi. Toi, pas toi. Donc, on va le faire avec des signes. On va l'enlever.
We know what we're doing. Yeah.
He said he thought he was gonna put the multiplication sign inside the parentheses.
Oh, inside the parentheses. Okay. So was the parentheses moved over here in his work, in yours?
Especially en parenthèse, yo, après des français.
Or was it like, let's see, did it look like this? 4 plus 2 times 3? Was it like that? No. Let's see. Let me look at your paper. Let me freeze this. All right. So, who said they still didn't understand it?
Anissa.
Okay, tell me about it.
I don't know. Over there,
So, from what I remember seeing on your paper, it looked like you did the 3 squared and got 9 first. Is that right? Okay, so you got that. So we wrote 9. What did you do next?
I brought down the 4.
Okay, you brought down the minus 4. And what else did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Okay, so you got to here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I saw on your paper you also ended up doing a 2 times 3. Is that right? Do I remember seeing that right?
No, it was a 3 times 3 makes the 9.
Oh, okay, perfect. So we are here. We've done the 3 squared, we got 9, then we got minus 4. So this is still in parentheses because, let's cross off as we go, the only thing we've solved is 3 squared. We still have minus 4 to solve. Okay, is everybody with me on that?
Yes, ma'am.
So, remember, we're in the order of operations, we need to get rid of all parentheses before we can do anything else. So we're pretending this doesn't exist until we get rid of the parentheses. That is step 1, parentheses. Yes.
I thought we did the parentheses first.
Yes.
Before the exponent.
Yes, so the parentheses just tells us what to do first in the whole problem. So inside our parentheses, we're going to be doing this part of the problem first. We're ignoring this until parentheses is gone. Now in the parentheses, now we say, do we do the exponent or the subtraction? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we do the exponent first. That's done. Now we have 9 in parentheses. We still have minus 4. Now what do we need to do to get rid of parentheses? We're still on parentheses.
Bring your 2 down.
Bring everything down.
Bring everything down?
No, just the 5.
Oh, okay, so let's talk. Let's think. We are still getting rid of everything in parentheses. We know 3 squared is 9. We got that. We brought down minus 4.
So we have to
Okay?
subtract
So now, before we can look at any of this, we still have stuff in our parentheses to get rid of, right?
Yeah.
We got to do 9 minus 4. What's 9 minus 4? 5. So now we have 5. Now that is done. We're done with that. And now we can bring the rest down. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's bring that down now. I have 4 plus 2 times 5. So now I have 4 plus 2 times 5. What do I do first here? Multiplication. Good. So 2 times 5 is what? 10. I'm going to cross off 2 times 5. What do I bring down? The 4. 4 plus 10. 14. Good.
So, I'm sorry.
Yes, no, go
The
ahead.
thing is just completing what's in the parentheses.
Yes.
And then what just helped me, because I ain't gonna lie, I figured it out and I finished it before you got through, but what, it's all about finishing what's in the
Yes.
parentheses. And then what helped me is marking it out.
Yes.
You won't look at it no more, because you
Right.
don't need it no more.
Right. And that is something, it might sound silly to some of us, but marking stuff out as you go, it will help you keep track. It will. It really will. Does everybody get how we got 14 now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yay!
It's about the rules of the orders about.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, let's do, should we do another one with tricky parentheses? Okay, let me give you a good challenge. Let me give you a good challenge.
I'm ready.
All right. Let's do 2 plus, I'm going to do 5 minus 2 times 4 squared. Oh my gosh, this one's like insanely hard, guys. I'm giving you one that's crazy. Oh my gosh. I will not give you something like this on a quiz, okay? I'm just having fun with it now. Ooh, this one hurts. Okay, that one's insane. If you can do it, I'm going to be really impressed. Really impressed. All right, I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to give you a few minutes. See if you can figure it out. Remember the order of operations, guys. I bet you can do it. Okay, we're going to do this one like super slow. So after you give me one step, don't start giving me a bunch more. Let's go real
You
slow.
said the answer's gonna be a negative?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet. So we're going to do it together. So looking at this problem and just thinking about the order of operations, what are we looking at first? Parentheses, always. So I'm going to use a highlighter here, actually. And I'm going to highlight everything that is in the parentheses to tell myself I have to solve everything I highlight before I can bring anything down. So I need to do all these things. I've got 5 minus 2 times 4 squared. So out of 5 minus 2 times 4 squared, what do I do first? Exponents! Yes! Yes! Okay, so let's see. 4 squared is 4 times 4. 16. So let's cross it off as we go. I know 4 squared is 16. Yeah, so let's bring down the rest of our parentheses. We still have 5 minus 2 times 16.
You're going to do 16 times 2.
Okay, yes, now we have subtraction and multiplication. Multiplication comes first. So 2 times 16 is 32. And I'm going to cross that off. Now remember, we still have 5 minus 32. So let's write that. 5 minus 32.
That's what's making it a negative.
Let's see. Okay, so 5 minus 32, negative 27. Remember, we are taking away 32. We're starting with just 5. If we take away way more than we have, we will always get a negative number. Always. Okay? So, 5 minus 32, we've got now.
Just one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
32 minus 5, isn't that
Yes, exactly. If you did 32 minus 5, that would be a positive answer. Good. Good. Okay, so are we done with all the operations inside the parentheses?
Yes.
Okay, so let's be very careful as we copy everything down. What do we need to bring down now? We've got 2 plus and a negative 27, so let's do that. 2 plus negative 27, what else?
To the second power.
To the second power,
Minus
minus 4. Okay, this one is crazy. Oh my gosh. So I have 2 plus negative 27 squared minus 4. Out of all of this, what am I doing first? Yes, the exponents. Negative 27 squared. That is negative 27 times negative 27. Positive. So, when I multiply a negative times a negative, I get a positive, right? So this is going to be a positive number. Negative 27 times negative 27, let's see. 729. You guys getting that? What do you got? What did you get? Okay, so 700. I gotcha. Yep, and I bet you're not the only one. I bet you're not the only one. So now we have our exponent done. Let's bring everything else down. 2 plus 729 minus 4. Okay, so in what order do we do this in? Does it matter?
No.
Left to right.
That's 731.
Yep, 729 plus 2, or 2 plus 729, that gives us 731
Minus 4.
minus 4.
You know what? Look, tell me what's so crazy.
What?
Tell me why. Okay, look at this problem, and look how I broke it down, and I still got the right answer.
Let's see. Can I put your work up here?
Of course.
I'm going to compare it. Okay, I'm going to compare Raheem's work to mine. Let's see what he did different. So you did the 16, 5 minus 2 times 16, 32 minus 5. Oh, okay, I see what you did. I see. So let me ask you guys something. Did anybody get a positive 27 but still get the right answer for this step here? When you did 5 minus 32 to get 27 and then square 27? So I got negative 27. Raheem got positive 27, but we still got the same answer. So let's talk about this. 27 squared got us 729. Negative 27 squared also got us 729. Any number squared is always positive. It doesn't matter if it starts as a negative. Every time you square something, it's positive, because if I have 2 negatives multiplied, they cancel out. It makes a positive. So if I square a number, that means I'm multiplying a negative times a negative. I'm going to get a positive. We use the same number, so we still got the same answer, just different signs. Kind of cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. Awesome.
I see how we got the answer.
Yes. Well, and you're not the only one. I was looking around, and some of us didn't have the problem written properly, and that's okay.
Girl, the minus 4, I didn't see that.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. So, before we move on, does anyone have questions? Any questions?
I see how we got it.
Yeah?
Because, you broke it down.
Right.
But I don't know how I got 92.
92. You want to, here, walk me through your work. What did you do first?
Okay. I done.
Here, I'm going to rewrite the problem on a separate page. And let's see. Okay, so it was 2 plus what was it, 5 minus,
Yeah, 5 minus 2 times 4 to the second power.
okay, perfect. And then that was squared minus 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so Rhonda, tell me what you did first.
Okay, I did 4 to the second power,
Okay,
which is 16.
16. Got it. And then did you rewrite anything next to 16?
No, well, I just brought down the 5
Mhm.
minus 2 and the times.
Perfect. That's perfect. What did you do next?
Okay, let's see how I do this. Okay, I see what I did.
Oh, what'd you do?
I did 5 minus 2.
Ah, you did that first
Yeah.
and got 3 times 16.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you caught it. So whenever we're in parentheses, we're still following that order of operations, and you know that. You got it. So we would do the multiplication first.
Yes.
First. Good. Does anybody else have a mistake they made and noticed that maybe they want to share? We all good on this one?
I forgot that you bring down the 2.
The
The
2?
second power, when you got all the way down to 27.
Ah.
Yeah, I forgot that you brought it down, and she showed me that. when she said yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I heard him say 700, I'm like, oh.
Oh, hey, we're all learning. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good.
But you see when you
Right.
And I'm okay.
I hope not. Good.
And I know that they don't get on my phone.
Good. Okay, guys. Okay. All right. So, really quick, before we go, I think you guys are getting really good at the order of operations. You guys are getting wonderful at being able to tell what to do first, what to do second, what to do third, and so on and so forth. I am going to get some practice for you guys if you would like to do some over the weekend. However, before that, I would like to... Actually, I think I'm going to wait till next week to introduce this new thing to you. Just because we have about 10 minutes left, and I don't want to put too much since it's been forever. I swear, every time when I'm sick, I come back feeling so thrown off. Everybody's behind, and it's me. It's not you guys. You guys are doing awesome.
This time it was us at the same time.
It was both of us. So, here's what we're going to do. It is Thursday. We don't do exit tickets on Thursdays. I know I wasn't here to give you exit tickets earlier in the week, but I'm going to still hold to that promise. Next week, we're going to start learning some new things. And if you want practice on order of operations, I'm going to have some worksheets for you guys. They're optional. You do not have to do them. But
Can we get them today?
yes, you can get them today. So I'm going to end our recording here. This is really all I wanted to do with you guys. Just make sure we're all on the same page. We understand exponents. And, you know, just get back into the swing of things. So I'm going to end that here. No exit ticket today. And I'm going to have worksheets for you if you want them. They are optional. So that is all. If you don't want a worksheet, you're free to go. If you want one, stay and I'll have them for you in just a minute.